Welcome to Evo 10 ECU Flash Training Part 27. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something called shift knock. Shift knock happens when we're making a gear shift and we have a higher load or higher boost level that we're operating at. And we lift our throttle and we come back into boost. It can generate artificial knock count within the ECU. And we need to go and take care of that within our spark timing table. It's a very specific condition that usually just affects Evo 10 GSRs with the 5-speed manuals, but it can also affect the MR and Rally Art applications. I'm going to show you what to look for in a data log to see if you have shift knock, and then what to do in your spark timing tables to eliminate it from happening. We have a lot to cover, so let's jump into our video so we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be taking a look at something called shift knock in our Evo 10 applications. Shift knock is going to be something that happens when we're shifting at higher load, higher throttle angles, and we have a transition from a high load to a low load very quickly on a lift throttle shift. And we find that the spark timing rapidly changes because in higher load, higher boost levels, we'll find the spark timing drops, so it's safe. And then as we come back into the lower load levels and our throttle angles reduced, we'll find that the spark timing is going to be going and advancing more because we're at a lower load, cylinder pressure is less, and we can get away with running a bit more spark timing. But the Mitsubishi ECU doesn't react to that rapid change in load and spark timing. You can actually go in and report it as knock, and then we can have all kinds of issues with it affecting our learn knock octane level that's going on in the ECU, and it'll try to transition it from our high octane to our low octane over time. So we want to make sure that we don't have shift knock occurring. Now, I do want to mention that it affects the 5-speed manuals and the GSR much more than the MR or the Rally Art applications, because those we're able to stay on the throttle and we're able to use our paddle shifters to make a shift, or use our actual shifter handle to make a shift happen, and we don't lift the throttle, so we don't have a rapid load change or a rapid spark timing change. So it's usually isolated to GSR applications. It doesn't happen on every one of them, but it does happen, it can happen, and we need to recognize that in the data logs and know what things to change within our spark timing table so we can reduce it from happening or eliminate it from happening. So let's go in here. We'll move down into our file. Now the file I have open is a 2010 USDM 5-speed manual, just for reference sake. It really doesn't matter what file you have open, Rally Art or Evo 10, USDM or another kind of market. Let's move down here and we're going to scoot down into our timing section. And we're going to be looking here, we have our high and low octane maps. Let's go here to our high octane. Now ideally we always want to be on our high octane map. That means that we have little to no knock occurring all the time, and this is going to be getting us closest to maximum brake torque or optimizing our spark timing for what we're working with in our part modification on our Evo 10. Now if we take a look here, just to illustrate this and talk about this real quickly here, we see at the top of the table, this is going to be load, so 0 load is full vacuum, and then up here 320 load would be the highest load represented from the airflow registration from the ECU, and then we have our engine speed here. Now we can take a look at the general trend of our spark timing table. So this is idle right here, and then we go, and this is going to be our part throttle essentially right here. So from 0 to roughly 90 load, that should be vacuum driving. And then we'll find here roughly 100 load, that's going to be our transition point between vacuum at 90 and then transitioning into positive manifold pressure, getting into boost. That's happening here at 120. Now if we take a look, if we go here and kind of follow along as our load increases, we're going to find that the spark timing generally starts to drop back. We reduce the spark timing to make sure we don't have too much cylinder pressure generated and we don't have any kind of knock or pre-ignition occurring. So that's going to be the case with any kind of forced induction engine. We always have to roll back the timing, retard the timing to reduce the cylinder pressure, to reduce the likelihood of knock, and making sure the engine's going to be safe. Now if we're taking a look here, look at something like 260, 280 load, we'll find our spark timing is relatively low. If we go up in engine RPM here, as we're ascending in engine speed, so this is our engine speed here, we'll find that we are going to be increasing our timing. Now we are able to run a bit more timing as the engine speed increases because our auto cycle time decreases. We'll find that because the cycle time is quicker and quicker, we need to initiate our spark a little bit sooner. We have less and less chance of having knock and pre-ignition occurring as our engine speed goes up, and we'll actually find that it picks up power, generally speaking, for most every application. It's going to be picking up power as we have a little bit more advance here as engine speed goes up, because it's going to allow the torque not drop off as much and then therefore increase the horsepower. So looking at this, if we're going in and we kind of take a look at where it... Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.